What's up, guys? Jeremy from MTG headquarters, bringing you another unboxing of a fun little event deck. Again, if you don't know what an event deck is, it's basically a pre-built deck. They use them for tournaments and things like that, but it's also like a great way to get just a pre-built deck if you're still learning how to build a deck, because there's a lot of strategy, and unless you've been in the game a while, it's not easy. Also, procuring the cards that you want isn't exactly the easiest task either. Like, you want to work from something like a base set and build out on it if you're new to the game. So this is the Vampire Onslaught. It's a 2012 core set event deck. If you've seen all of our other event deck kind of unboxing videos, you know, obviously, you know, the key selling point of an event deck is you know everything that's in there. I mean, there's no surprises here. This is a black only deck. You know, before you buy it, you can look up every card that's in there. There's just simply no surprises, but there are some nice things inside that you know, maybe not everyone knows about. So you open it up, and like all the event decks, what's really nice is you've got your 60 card deck. This is ready to play. You've got a 15 card sidebar that's ready to come in action when you need it, and then your little separator there. But also you've got your Magic kind of swag booklet. More importantly, you've also got a information pamphlet on Vampire Onslaught. So it tells you all the cards that's in it, but also it also tells you how to play the deck, the strategy behind the deck, what you want to do. Understanding the overall purpose of the deck is really what makes it work. Knowing when to play a card based on, you know, the great players, the people who are really great, their overall strategy. You know, they may pull a card that they may be tempted to play early, but if you don't understand what the deck's trying to accomplish overall, you may play too early and kind of mess up your game. So just kind of go through some of the cards in here. You know, you've got basically a bunch of, obviously, vampires, commons and uncommons. You've got a bunch of vampire warriors, a lot of one drop, one mana cost, like 1/1 vampires that kind of just grow in their numbers, grow in their effectiveness as you have more and more vampires out. You know, here's more vampires, a 2-drop. A lot of these have abilities like sacrifice a creature, and then they'll get +2/+2 or whatever the case may be. Some of the stuff in this deck, like here's one of the more rare ones, Bloodghast. This is a 2 black mana cost. It's a 2/1 creature. It's not allowed to block. We've seen this in a lot of creatures. But also has haste as long as an opponent has 10 or less life. And landfall. So whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Bloodghast from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's awesome, right? Anytime you lay mana, it's, you know, coming right back out. You've got the Gatekeeper here. Again, just check out their website, you know, or I'll try to just list the cards in the description below. Here's another more rare Vampire Shaman. This is a 2/2 creature. This is a Calastria Highborn. Pardon my reading. It's probably pronounced wrong, but here's just a very simple, you know, vampire. But whenever this card or another vampire you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 1 black mana. If you do, target player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So you start to see the strategy, right? If you have all vampires in your deck, odds are some of them are going to die in just normal gameplay. And now you can make them pay and reap a little bit of benefit too. You've got like a Hex Mage here, Pawn of the Ulmamog or Ulamog. Kind of just great, I don't want to call it like role players. Here's some flying vampires, vampire outcasts. Then you get into a couple artifact equipments. These are great. Blade of the Blood Chief. I mean, it's just a great card to have. Mimic Vat. This is a rare. 3 colorless mana. Imprint. Whenever a non-token creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you may exile that card. If you do, return each other card exiled with Mimic Vat to its owner's graveyard. And then you can pay 3 and tap it, and put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of the exiled card. It also has haste. It also comes in with haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Kind of complicated if you're new to the game, but here's some of those other cards where you can pay some of the mana cost with life. So like a Dismember is an instant. It could cost you as much as 3 black mana to play, or 3 mana to play, or 1 black mana and 4 of your own life. But you can kill, target creature gains -5/-5 until the end of the turn. So if it has anything less than 5, it basically kills it in terms of blocking. And then you've got your Catacombs, you've got tap, pay 1 life, sacrifice Verdant Catacombs, search your library for a swamp or a forest card, then put it onto your battlefield, then shuffle your library. Then you're into the land. Obviously all swamp since this is black. Then in your sidebar you've got some cards. Some of these are color specific, and then some of them are just strategy specific, I believe. Like in my opinion, I'm saying. You've got things like destroy target non-artifact creature. Target player reveals his or her hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. So for 2 mana, you can pull a card out of their hand. If you want to annoy them, or also prevent something that you may see building and you anticipate them to have like the next piece of the puzzle, you can really slow them down, or perhaps stop their entire strategy altogether. And you've got the Hex Mage. She sacrificed Vampire Hex Mage, remove all counters from target permanent. This is great if you've got something with like tokens and all that stuff. You can just really, it's a nice card. Then you've got your Vampire Nighthawks with Flying, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Great card. Skin Render, another kind of role player. But this is your sidebar. So basically you have your 60 card deck, and then you work in your sidebar as you see fit. A lot of times you won't know, what your opponent's playing. So it's good to have that sidebar there could potentially save you in games 2 and 3 if you're playing like a 3-game set. Obviously here's the deck with sidebar, and then this one comes with like a turquoise 20-sided dice. You can never have too many of those, especially if you're playing with tokens or anything like that. So this is the 2012 core set Vampire Onslaught event deck. If you have any questions about it, just post them up down below. And if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, kind of opening, a lot of it is just opening up Magic cards, but we're also going to do reviews on things like deck protectors and play mats and things like that. Try to help you guys out in general. Help us out by subscribing with the button above, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks.